before we get into that, folks, please join me in wishing Ren a happy belated birthday. It was your birthday yesterday.
Last year, no?
Last year? I mean,
it was last year too as well.
Exactly. Yes. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling so good. I think I'm like just high up on happiness because I had an amazing birthday yesterday. We went to Kamalota to my grandmother's house. And like I told you, my dad flew in. It's the first time I'm spending a birthday with my dad in over 15 years, I could even say. And it's just been so amazing to have the entire family on my father's side there for the most part. You know, my nephew, because like, you know, he's recent to the family too as well. So he got to meet all his aunts and uncles properly. They were barbecuing and it was like, it was just something where it was surreal that you couldn't even describe how happy I was. But grinning from ear to ear, it was amazing. So I'm just thankful for my family coming out and everybody that called me. I got some birthday calls, like my Auntie Vera called me to sing a happy birthday and everything.
Wow, absolutely.
It was beautiful, the immense amount of outpour of love. I haven't gotten to answer all messages, so I'm going to try my best to get that done in this week because I got a lot of messages. But thank you so much for everybody that has reached out and extended their love and their blessings. I am truly humbled, grateful for whatever this chapter brings and whatever the Lord leads me. It is going to be amazing, and it's about lessons, blessings, and all the love that I can be able to give to the world. So
beautiful. So it's going to be manifesting it for you.
Yes. Amen. It's happening. It's happening.
It's going to happen. Yeah. So what's also going to happen? Are you ready for our couch talk?
Oh, yes, because it is quite juicy. I'm going to drink water first.
One for sure.
I can't mind my business with this one, yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, so let's talking about Mary Beth. So Mary Beth Wade basically gave an interview to Channel 7 last week in response to what Commissioner Chester Williams put out to the media, where he called Mary Beth a person of interest in relation to the murder of Tanga James. Basically, she's saying, you know, the audacity of him calling her.
I was in the car. I could have gotten shot. Tanga saved my life, you know.
Yeah. And then, so basically, she shared quite some information as to what could have been the possible cause of the death of Tanga James. And one thing where she said was that he was possibly murdered in relation to 40 kilos of cocaine that he owed. So basically, there was money and drugs involved here. After that incident, she was receiving threats to her life, which is why she had to leave the country. 20 kilos of cocaine. Apologies. So she had to leave the country, and she's currently seeking asylum in the U.S. So she shared that she had to leave back so much that she has, you know, invested in the country, her family, her house, her cars.
Like three pairs of clothes or stuff, as she mentioned, and it was really hard for her to leave too as well because, you know, you have all the stuff there, and then you just have to pick up and leave because of being, you know, threatened about, you know, your life is at stake. So that was very big. I mean, Kev, let's be real and let's understand her statements. She made valid points, very, very valid points about the situation, because when you think about it, let's be very honest here, you know, if you did do a hit, I'm not saying you did or didn't do, because these are all things that are alleged, whatever it is. You kind of have to think about, like, if you would do the hit, would you put yourself in the risk unless you're trying to really make this look good or whatever it is? And to think that, you know, you kind of have to leave every single thing that you've invested in. And she has shown enough lives to make her say exactly all she got. So picking up and leaving all of that because of the threat of your life at stake, you know, definitely is something to look into and say, hey, you know, I hear what you're saying. It can make some sense. And let's be honest, Tanga was involved and entangled in a lot of different things. And so we did mention that she's a person of interest. Nobody was saying that she's directly affiliated with the murder. There was the voice note that was actually circulating, and that's why there was alleged speculations on what's happening. And so she's saying, you know, people from across the border were responsible, and it's just a lot of different hearsay, business. Have we gotten full-on evidence? We don't know right now. They're going to be going over, and it's a continuous investigation. But definitely it's something that a lot of people are invested in because of just the fact the lives, she keeps coming up with different things. And like, I think that's my problem with the whole situation, where she just like Jasmine Harton, no, they just left it, make it play out. Like, you're coming back with new evidence, new this, new that. And so that in itself causes people to say, okay, what happened here? What you just say? What it go down? You know, more speculation can happen, more talk can happen when you keep bringing up this thing like you beat the dead horse, basically.
Yep. So move on to the next item. So this weekend was Juve, it was Carnival, it was full. There was what I saw from television because I wasn't here. There was definitely like a large attendance of folks into Belize City. So Juve again brought so much folks out. On your screen. You're seeing some of the feature from Channel 7 as they were doing the Juve cover. Thankfully, there were no incidents of violence that occurred during Juve. However, we can report that at the same time while Juve was ongoing, there was a stabbing incident. Again, this not happened at Juve, but it happened in the same time as this event was ongoing. We do not have any updates as regards to the health status of the individual that was stabbed. Nevertheless, you know, it was really good to see the police, the thousands of people showing up, but also Commissioner Chester Williams put up a post a couple hours before Carnival where he reassured everybody that's attending Carnival that the police presence is going to be in full force.
Yeah.
So to be comforted that they're going to be, you know, doing their best to prevent any acts of violence, and for sure reaching out to the attendees and saying, if you're here on a bad-minded stance, please don't even show up. You know, let's try to do our best to look out for each other, contain the violence in the city. And they did come out in full force.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I saw that picture, this one picture with him there in front of so much police officers. And I'm like, yes, man, that is what we're talking about here. And of course, you can see people enjoy themselves. What I have to say and commend him on is like not just only coming out with the police, but he gone, you know, the whole entire parade, like he did through Carnival, hot. He never left just the police officers to do it. Like they walked through, even take a picture next to your float.
Okay.
From Street Posse, Jump Street Posse. And it was just good to see all the police officers and also him standing in solidarity. A lot of times you find that commissioners or just people in general that are in a high up position, they will left other people for dip on the grounds and they're gonna be, you know, big chilling in the AC or in the car or whatever it is. But it was good to see him walk the streets in the front with all of his officers and of course all the officers. Thank you so much for being on duty, for the hard work that's so hard that they maintain the order and structure. You know, when people drink, that not easy any at all.
For sure.
So big up to all the police officers, every single person that was trying their best to maintain the safety and the well-being of all the citizens out there in Belize Saturday.
What also happened Saturday, Renyo and Brandon did the cover of Carnival. That was quite fun. You know, I was cheering for you both through the screen. So how was your overall experience?
My experience was, like, it was fantastic because I knew people in the Carnival as well. So I get Tifa Lee wine here and there.
Okay, I saw that. I saw that.
And Brandon made a tea some wine too as well. I truly enjoyed seeing just people enjoy themselves. I think that in itself, what Carnival stands for is one day out of the year where you can see people come together, you know, regardless of backgrounds and so forth, and just walk through the streets, dance through the streets. Yes, guys, I was dancing through the streets with little junior band, sorry. I was having fun and I was seeing everybody have fun. The kids were so, like bright smiles on their faces, whistles. When the music stopped, you could know when it hot, you know, because they didn't blow whistles instead because of the music stopped. Like they just put some kind of vibration for happen. And it warmed my heart because we have missed it for a while. And like I said, I mean, of course, it's not the big, extravagant carnival that we're used to. Of course, due to finances, there were show bands there that, you know, are just observing the day to see what can happen for next time around. But it was just great to see people come out, people enjoy themselves, people dance and have fun because, you guys, it's been a while and we deserve that, just freedom. Because that's what Juve, Carnival, all them, you know, represent freedom. You know, the fact that we're here, unified, that we can go out and enjoy ourselves as one country, you know, one Caribbean. And so it was beautiful. I loved it.
Yes, and we send, again, congratulations to everybody that did their best at the Carnival. Soca Mocha won the road march. Yes, so congratulations to them. You did an exceptional job. I mean, it was so colorful. All bands did a really great job. Nevertheless, one had to win, so Soca Mocha was it. So congratulations on that. And we look forward to carnivals that are going to be coming up in the other districts as well. So we have Corozal coming up with theirs, San Ignacio Santa Elena, Orange Walk coming up with theirs too. So It's gonna be a full month. I'm so excited.
I have one complaint,
Yes?
and it's not my complaint, it's my nephew's complaint. Apparently, he said to tell all the people for Carnival out there, women be sweet there. He was so upset that he never get a lot of sweet like what he's used to, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, people know me they dash sweet, auntie. I'm like, none of my business, Cajun. But definitely, as you could tell, it was a more lower budget for some people to be able, because like I said, people have big bags, the past years, you have all kind of thing to get dashed out, but obviously it's not the same when, COVID funds and it run out. So let's see what happens next year. I know kids look forward to the sweet. Kevin, so apparently from, how Belican have their truck, right? They dash 2 Belican beer, they fly in the drain, people gone in the drain.
I can imagine.
I was just like, dedication, honey bunch.
Come on.
Dedication.
It's free beer. And it was sealed, so.
It was sealed. There were so many people just like behind the float. You should hear Dixie, the show top channel 7, they do a good thing too as well.
Wow.
They put top of the truck,
I
they
love
have
it.
a good time. It was fun. It was fun for people that went out there and for people that were just viewing our live and getting that, coverage. I hope you enjoyed yourself. You may do a liba canal in your seat or wherever you were. And we brought that vibration to your device because that was what it was about. So.
Yeah, so we move on with changing the tone a bit from our conversation. So one thing that happened last week was the Waterloo Port of Belize public consultation. As you know, they have the organizers behind this event. They have resubmitted their EIA to the NIAC, and basically last week they had a public consultation where they were met by people on different stances, people that were completely against this project, people that were on the fence, and of course some folks that were for it.
Yeah.
So one of my takeaways or one of my observations here was when Minister Gilroy Usher took the floor to share his support for the project. Basically, he stated that as a representative of Port Loyola, he's in favor of this project because it will bring a lot of employment, a lot of development to his area. So after hearing that, I definitely saw the minister is already in the pocket because he said, this is something that he supports and it's going to be a very much needed development. When Mose Hyde, who is the president of the Christian Workers Union, took the stance, one of the things that he talked about was the relationship between the Port of Belize and their employees. And he said one of the things that needs to get fostered is a good relationship between both entities. And basically, he reminded them that in a couple of days, they're going to be going to court because of this court suit that the Port of Belize has against the stevedores. So he reminded them that, of course, we're talking about development. A lot of the conversation was going around the impact that's going to have on the environment, but he wanted to bring the conversation as to what's going to be the impact on the people of the area, especially their employees. So from that conversation, what we gathered is that they're going to be working on that relationship to improve it. Yeah.
I think no. I also remembered him saying to a big part, they weren't talking as much about the environment as they were about the job opportunities. I think that was what they were riding on, that wave of job opportunities. And that's why I remember hearing him too as well, bringing the conversation about relationship, because we're talking about job opportunities, yeah. But have we harnessed and we honed in on the relationship we're building with the stevedores, people that are going to be involved and, thinking about, who are we hiring? How are we going to treat these people? What are, the stances of these people too as well. We're just gonna dash money in their face. Like all these things are things to take into consideration. And they're very valid points as well when you think about this. I think a lot of people, like you've mentioned in the beginning, are either on the fence, they're pro or against. And there were a lot of noise talking when the people that were against were very much loud and in control in that meeting and shouting out, exactly what they did not want to stand for. And so I was happy to see that because, again, if you don't like something, stand up for it. If you like something, stand up for it. Whatever stance you are on, it's going to be a continuous consultation, a continuous process to see, where people are going. Because this is not just if they grant or not grant it or so it's nothing. It's very big for this community. It's very big for the people of the society because, it's going to affect not just the south side, it's going to trickle into everybody else. And so we have to be able to put our foot front and listen to what people are saying, hear the facts, and go from there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and that was something very big too as well. Sharice is reminding us, and this was a big thing. It's like, in all the consultations, Lord Ashcroft was not there. And it was something they're like, does he not see this as an important matter to be present at? And that was something I was like, yeah. So you just send on people to do your work, and then I compare it to the leader when it comes to Compo man, whatever because he wanted at the forefront as a leader. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, do you not see the importance? Do you just want to make it play out? What's happening there? But it's a very, very valid point that the Ashcroft family was not present there to give their replies or give their stance. And they had just their organization dealing with what they wanted to deal with.
Definitely. So we move on to our last topic, Ren. So something that was shared on the Sun. Sorry, I got stuck there for a minute.
The Sun
so
published it.
The Sun published an article based on Jasmine Hartin, and basically they were talking about her change since she got separated from her partner, the whole situation with the death of the police officer, and now that she's living in Cayo at a friend. Basically, one of the things that stuck out is sharing how much her life has changed, and the fact that now she's cooking using propane canisters and washing her clothes in the river. I was like, this sounds a little dramatic, but I am completely unaware what's Jasmine Hartin's situation. I was also very curious about this article, again, published in The Sun, is that Jasmine Hartin was taking a photo topless, right? So was she staged in this photo shoot, or really what went on? Nevertheless, again, Jasmine Hartin still is in the loop of the international media, as what Commissioner Chester Williams shared a couple days ago. She's trying to get traction from the international media, to get support towards her case. We are not sure. So the question remains, was she staged for this?
Was that attention? Was it something, that, it really does happen off guard. I didn't know they were taking my picture. But we don't know, because it's like she is pretty much a wild card. So you can't even say, no, she would never do that, or yes, she would. You're at this point where just I don't even know. I don't even know. So, that is the scoop that's happening presently right now. Was it not? We don't know, but we're bringing this story to you and just keeping you guys in the loop, because we're in the loop too as well.
Definitely. So with that, we come to the end of our couch talk. Do we have a sunrise?
Yes, we have a sunrise courtesy of Biggs Belize. He sent me a whole pile this morning. And I'm like, yeah, Biggs, I'm my supplier. And so now he's like, you got a sunrise, because
Your
sunrise.
Your sunrise supplier.
So I'm a sunrise supplier. And guys, so you can send your sunrises to me, I'll supply for you. I got your bags. I push it through. And so this is in PG. They were in PG this weekend too as well. So that is a gorgeous sunrise. And I was just so fascinated that he sent up on his phone and all. So it's just man, that what phones can do.
Definitely.
Love it so much. So I'm hoping this sunrise, the rays, the shine, every single thing just, engulfs you guys, and you're starting off your Monday with some good vibrations, love, and some sun-up happiness. And so we're going to take our first commercial break. But when we are back, honey bunches of oats, we're going to be talking to Superintendent Fitzroy Yearwood. And we're going to talk about September celebrations, what's happening when it comes to our safety and our well-being. All the questions that you want to know, we're going to be asking them. Reply in the comment section, and we'll try our best to address them. Stay tuned.